So, hello everyone, I'm Irene. I'm a web developer and a second-year computer science student at the University of York. I started learning how to code when I was about 15, like properly, like not just playing around. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about how I did it and how you can all do it without any problems. So yeah, something about me is that I want to learn everything, like every possible technology out there. So I'll be just like doing nothing on one night and be like, oh, what can I do? I'll learn something new. So yeah, one thing, if you want to get into coding, you must be very curious and you must be like willing to learn anything. Like everything can help you develop your knowledge. One of the things I want to highlight is that coding can be very hard. It's not often easy. Like you have a problem, you don't know how to solve it, and you feel like a bit alone. Also because the computer doesn't really respond to your emotions. So you're there, it doesn't work, and you like look at the computer thinking that talking to it, it'll make it better. So you like scream at it and be like, why are you not working? And it doesn't respond. It just doesn't show any more emotional response. So communities are really, really important for that. Like communities allow you to like go to a meetup and like be, oh, I'm not sure why this is not working. You go and talk to someone who's been already there and who can help you without any problems. So you go ask them a question, even if the meeting is not about that, they'll answer any question. They're happy to help, they're experts. I mean, nobody's really an expert in coding because it never ends, but probably they know something more about you and like they can help you with your problems. So yeah, I know this slide is full of pictures and someone like pointed that out, but that was just to show you how many communities just in York and some in Leeds there are. Like there are so many. Like, if you've got a problem in any language, you can probably find something near you. Or like Twitter users or stuff like that, you can probably find someone who knows more than you and knows how to help you. So don't feel alone. Everyone feels alone at some point, but don't feel alone. It's like all part of the process. Yeah, I put a link there about Meetup and Eventbrite because not many people know that you can actually attend these groups by just signing up there. So yeah, that's the link. If you just go there, like, for another bit, at least. Meetups will be like showing you all the meetups in York and like anywhere really, to be honest. Meetups are not the only place where you can like learn how to code and like practice your coding. There are also hackathons, coding clubs, and like a lot of companies offer them. I went to the Tech Skill Bootcamp in March. And basically, it was just an event for beginners. You go there, you ask any questions, you ask how BBC basically developed their software and stuff like that, and they're happy to help you. Like, they're so happy to help you. Any questions you've got, even if they're like, I don't know, PHP developers, they probably know something about JavaScript as well. So they'll be happy to answer any questions. Hack the Midlands is a very common hackathon, and it's run every year or more often, I think, and that sort of event helps as well. So basically you go there, you join a group of people. Sometimes you already go with a group of people, sometimes you just get put into groups. But you meet different people with different skill levels. So once again, like community is very important. And don't be shy, by the way. Ask as many questions as you have. Like I ask questions all the time. I can't talk to someone without asking them questions. So that is like fundamental for your learning. Some companies, I'll talk about them later as well, offer coding club as well. So like Sky Betting and Sky, basically they do coding clubs. Sky does every month, I think, a coding club, which is general. You just go there, ask any questions. There are usually developers from every sort of language. And Sky Betting usually does a mobile monthly. So if you've got any questions about iOS development or Android development, they're usually happy to help you. And like, sometimes they have some projects that you can start and like do with them while at the meetup. Sometimes no, you just go and ask questions. So yeah, as you probably know, I'm not sure if you know, but if you don't, I'm gonna tell you. There is a large inequality in the number of men and women in development. Like, not a lot of women are in development. So some companies and some charities also run events specifically for women. So you can go there, you'll join a community of women and they'll teach you how to code and they'll be happy to answer any questions there as well. I feel like I'm like empathizing that point a lot, but yeah, ask questions. It's important. So yeah, everyone learns in a different way. I know that like joining a community and asking questions can be a little overwhelming at the start. So if you feel like you want to start learning how to code before by yourself and then asking questions later, those are some of the resources you can use. Free Code Count is a very, very good one. Basically, you do 300 hours of coding and then you do 5 usually coding tests and they give you a certification, which is a very important thing. Not just the certification, but yeah, that as well. But also the fact that you have somewhere where you can test your knowledge. It's very important during the process that you test your knowledge, because sometimes you're learning so much and you don't actually know what you know, and it's quite a lot at the end that you know. But testing your knowledge and seeing, oh, actually I can do that, I don't need like further like reading on that, it's actually quite good and it can give you a very good boost in confidence. So I listed some of them there. Future Learn is kind of a different one. It doesn't really teach you how to code, but it teaches you how you can apply coding in real life situations. So they've got a lot of courses on medical technology, a lot of courses on technology applied to like different kind of situations. Also, it's not only meetups that you can go to. There are quite a lot of courses, especially in York. I'm not sure about other places, but I assume there are there as well. For example, your college offers some sort of adult learning courses, so you can go there. I don't know, sometimes they're free, sometimes they're not. But you can basically do a course on how to do web design. It's usually a semester, I think, and you just go there every week for a semester and they teach you how to code and you'll be with an instructor and they'll answer any questions. And yeah, at the end of the course, you'll have a project that you need to finish. And also, your council does some courses as well. They're shorter, I think. They're like about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But there again, you go every week. And for 2 hours, you'll be sat in a room with a person that can teach you how to code. Other resources. Pair programming is really important. Like, being with someone else who's in your same situation and doesn't know how to code is very important. Because anytime you feel alone, you just be like, oh, I had this problem, and they'll be like, oh, I had it too. Cool, let's be alone together. So yeah, pair programming, it's very important, especially if you can find someone who has a little bit more knowledge than you, because you'll just eventually compensate each other, because people have knowledge in different situations, so in different like languages and stuff. So I might know a lot of front end, and someone else might know a lot of back end. If we mix together and like we work together, we'll both gain equal skills, which is quite important. Podcast as well. I've never experienced that. I'm not very good at listening and just like focusing. But yeah, podcasts. Some people love podcasts. They just put them on, listen, absorb everything people tell them. But yeah, so if that's your skill, please use podcasts. And books. Some people think that given that we're developers, we can't use books. But no, we can't. There are books that will be useful to you, and just as a point of reference, you'll just go through them. You probably get it and use it like only one time, but that one time you'll know where you'll find the stuff, and it's really important. Yeah, so a very short notice about like companies that offer free training events. Sky, I already said, Sky Betting. BBC does an annual thing for women, and another open event as well. So it's like just a tech bootcamp. You can go to the tech bootcamp or digital marketing. There are different sections of bootcamps that you can go to. But yeah, the tech one is quite good. I went to last time. It was really good. AWS has a lot of conferences. You can watch them online, so you don't have to go all the way down to London or all the way down to Edinburgh. Up, yeah. So you can watch them online. And yeah, you just subscribe and then you'll like send you emails every time there's a conference going on. So it's quite focused on their products, but you can learn stuff about AI and like deep learning and stuff like that as well. So yeah, my advice is learn a programming language is mainly for people who start with front-end development. People start with front-end development and focus a lot on like HTML and CSS. That is great because that if you want to do front-end development, that's what you'll need. But learn a programming language, like learn Python, learn Java, anything. That's going to give you some really important structure when you then decide maybe you want to change job, or maybe you just want more, I don't know, more logic in your programming rather than just looking at the graphic side. Create a portfolio. I'm running out of time, by the way. So yeah, create a portfolio is very important. Possibly publish it in GitHub or like somewhere where people can actually access it. I already talked about that. Code often and be patient. Coding is not a skill that you learn over time, like overnight. You need time. Your brain needs time. You're trying to think like a computer would think. You are not a computer. So you will need the time, and you will need to give your brain time to rest as well. Don't try to do everything in one night. It's not going to be possible. So take your time and be aware that you might need more time than others or might need less time than others. So yeah, so just take your time and don't give up. So yeah, I love this. Everyone read it? So yeah, thank you for listening. I'm representing Your Code Dojo. Yeah, forgot about this. I said that at the end.